Check, check. What's up, guys? Check, check. Good morning, good evening, good night. How you guys going? Episode number 12, I think, guys. It's crazy. I can't believe it's been like 12 to 13 days since I've started my live streams. I've enjoyed them thoroughly. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Let me know if you can. Sweet, you can hear me. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, well, here we go, guys. Another episode. How you guys feeling? In this episode, I'll go through literally 3 tabs, guys, and most of my stuff today will just be talking to you guys and putting up whichever projects you want me to. Watched every live so far. Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Dino. Dino sounds like an Aussie. Is it? Getting Matty, we've been loving them too, mate. Thank you, Ben. Awesome, guys. You become one of my top watchers. Mark, I'm honored, my friend. I'm honored. Mario, hey Matty, love these live streams. What's up? What's up? Thank you guys so much. It's the comments like these that keep me going. You know, I have quite a lot of Twitter followers and YouTube followers, and that's all good, those numbers and metrics. They motivate me a little bit, but when I get comments that I'm actually helping and people are watching and liking what I do, it's like, oh, sweet. You know, I love to do this stuff. So in this episode, guys, I wanted to go through just a few points. Nothing major. It looks like nothing much has happened in the last 24 hours, which is quite surprising. Either it hasn't hit my radar, or it has, or something has happened, and you know it just hasn't come to my radar. So I'm open for you guys to share some news if you have, and I'll pop it up. So what I'll do is we can jump into it. But really quickly, I wanted to show you guys something interesting. I want to show you guys my dashboard, my YouTube channel analytics dashboard, and how content creating works on the back end. And there's a lot of opportunity here for people to create content. And guys, I have to say, having a YouTube channel or a Twitter channel or a blog or whatever it is, you know, you can make content however, whichever medium you want. TikTok, you know, I'm not, you know, that's centralized, decentralized mediums. That's up to you to choose. You know, I'm not going to judge, but it is one of the biggest life hacks in the world. I'm telling you, a lot of my network and business and the value and the, I guess, the opportunities that come to me are through my YouTube and my Twitter presence. And I've worked pretty hard over the last 3 years to build it. And I never thought that, you know, when I was building it at the start, I was thinking about monetization and ad revenue. I was thinking about who can I get to sponsor me. But all of that doesn't make, I don't do that anymore. Like you can see my ads are off. My ads for all of my videos have been off. I'm pretty sure they've been off for like 6 months, just because I don't make my money through ads, nor do I make my money through sponsorships. I make my money through my own projects, whether it be the MetaKey or my own investments. And that's why just talking to you guys and sharing ideas is enough for me to keep this YouTube channel going. So I urge anyone to start a YouTube channel. If you look at the metrics here, you can see literally in the last 28 days, I had this big spike because I shared my thing on Twitter, and I think I had, oh no, this is when I had Elliot Trades, who's a good YouTuber with a lot of subscribers, cover my stuff. And then since then, I've been having, you know, 50 to 60 subscribers a day. But you can see how before this, before I was making content regularly, I was having like 4 to 5, 7, -1 content subscribers per day. So I wasn't really posting much at all. You can see here the date of posting. And as soon as I started posting consistently, we've got 88 day yesterday. We had 88 subscribers yesterday, which I think was pretty cool. And today isn't over, but we're at 63 subscribers. So let's see how we do. I talked to Elliot Trades and he gave me some really awesome advice. He's like, Matty, just make content every day. That's it. Just make content every day about whatever topic you want to. And that's why I've been doing these live streams, and we've got Poppy cutting up and making these snippets of live streams. I'll start making on certain topics. So I'll make not live streams, but certain topics on certain videos. But guys, I just totally urge you guys to just make content. Like, look at this. Daily content is the key. Whether it be daily or twice a week or 3 times a week, consistent content is the key. When I first started, I think I was making content like twice a week. And then there was periods of me going really hard, or 5 times a week, and then dropping back and not doing much at all. But whatever it is, whatever I've learned with life in general, whether it be business or whether it be content or whether it be just, who knows, karate, consistency matters. So you're doing it consistently for a year or two, or even 3 months to 6 months is a big deal. After that, you've established a pretty decent presence. And this day in Twitter, if you check out Twitter, people are dying for NFT information. They want to know what the heck is going on. So if you know what's happening, I would, go for it. So it's just some really interesting statistics. The really cool thing is you can see the reach and the traffic source type. Where are people finding me? Looks like YouTube search, suggested videos. So this is really cool. Gives me some insight. Twitter, people are finding me through Twitter because I'm posting the crap out of it on Twitter every now and then. Anyway, just a signal to you guys to get started on content if you're thinking of doing so. Even a really basic blog. My videos, guys, have been so basic at the start of my channel. Sort by oldest. If you sort by oldest, look at this. I was literally making 3-minute, 9-minute videos of me. I wasn't even on, like, there was no video of me. I was just screen sharing or screen capturing. 7,000 views, 243 views, 6,400. So back then it was 69 views only. That's crazy. But back then, it was quite basic, the type of content. I was doing all my thumbnails myself. I was trying with different videos, so I had a recording of myself in my backyard. Different types of content, different topics, pretty much all Decentraland. And then as I learned more, I started doing other things. But you can see how my game progressed over time. I kind of got a little bit better. I thought about, okay, maybe Maddie, you need a brand. So I picked dark blue and neon blue for a color, trying to do my own branding. And then I was like, Maddie, these words aren't punchy enough. You need to go with something clickbaity. Not so much because you're clickbaiting them into the wrong content. It's just more visible, right? Then I tried this stuff out, and then I tried this out. I was like, all right, Maddie, let's try a little bit more design oriented. But at the end of the day, I just didn't have the time to do my own thumbnails, so I got Poppy to help, and Poppy did help. She got some branding going on, and then we had a chat, and we were like, all right, let's do bigger thumbnails. Let's do something more kind of in your face. Let's go hard at just being in your face, really. So we got it to this stage. And this is where we are today. Today we're here. So, like, it's been a very long journey. And again, like, just get started, pull out your video and just record yourself saying something and put it on Twitter, put it on YouTube. I know you might be very nervous doing so. I remember doing my first video and I was shaky as hell. And I put it out there and I was like, people definitely aren't going to watch this, right? And I remember getting like 20 views and one person was like, oh, nice content. I was like, oh, okay. People like hearing what I have to say. And then now I've come to a stage where I've realized that people just like to hear you talk about a certain topic. And to me, I personally don't find hearing myself valuable. And maybe because in my frame of reference, I already know what I'm talking about. But for other people, they don't know certain parts of what I cover. And for them, it's new knowledge, or they just like to hear some content about stuff they're really interested in. So just get started if you have the desire to, and don't really think too hard about it, is the message. All right, guys, you know how we do. We do a giveaway every single day. So I'm going to wait till Michael posts the link. And Michael, you can just do a generic giveaway title. We're just going to go through and pick something. I'm thinking we give away another Rick Strobel, just because I have so many. And the team recently came out and said who they are. Actually, so we can quickly go through that. I don't really like to talk about Astro Friends too much because I don't want the growth to be inorganic. I like it being slow and steady. Let me see if I can pull it up for you guys, because they recently came up with who the creators behind Rick Stro Friends are, and they were saying like how they're ex toy designers and they've worked with Marvel and all this sort of thing. So they're, it looks pretty promising. It's a long-term project. I don't know how it's going to do straight away. Like it's not going to do one of those penguin things immediately. So let's give away, as we normally do. Where are we? Rick Stro Friends. I have 350 of them. I have a ton, and I'm waiting for them to come out of the pod. Current floor is, what's the floor? 0.14 Ethereum. So that's like, geez, that's like 400 USD. So it's pretty damn valuable, and it has an added benefit of it evolving or opening up and being really rare. I hope you guys get the most rarest of the rare Rick Strobels. So that's what I'm giving away. We're going to give away a Rickstro friend or a Rickstro bull, whatever you want to call it. And we'll see how that goes. Now, where was I? Yeah. Yep. So we'll go through, we'll give away a Rickstro friend. So let me pin that as soon as Michael does it. There we go. Giveaway. I'm going to pin it. You guys know how it is. Pinned chat. Very quickly, and lastly, we go to Maddie Stream giveaways in the Medikey Discord. You guys know how it is. You smash this button here and make sure you smash the likes button on the YouTube channel because that allows more people to come and join and watch the stream. The really cool thing, by the way, is that our servers, the people entering our server and joining this Discord is like 50 to 100 every single day. And I'm not really doing much on Twitter, and I don't want to unless like there's a reason to, but I'm making YouTube content every day, and it's pretty much the link that I have at the bottom of my YouTube. It's my Twitter and my Discord, and my Twitter gets like 500 likes, 500 new people following me a day. And again, I'm saying this because you can see how content creation from YouTube to Twitter kind of complements each other. So I do stuff on YouTube and then grows my YouTube channel, and it also grows my Twitter channel, and then my Twitter I can grow my YouTube, and it's just this really cool kind of branding awareness thing that you can have when you have a focus on certain things. So anyway, smash that button and good luck to whoever wins that Rickstro friend. All right, guys, SuperRare. All right, SuperRare recently came out with the Rare token, which is really interesting because the future of this space and building a project or a product is a completely different monetization strategy to what it used to be. So back in the day, companies like SuperRare who would sell art would make money on marketplace fees, right? You'd make art, you'd sell art, or you'd sell your product like eBay, like you'd whether it be a physical or a digital, and that eBay would make money 2%, 3%, whatever it be, through your people who purchase your stuff, or when you sell subscription fees, they'd play around with those models. But in the crypto space, what projects can do is just build a great project, have zero monetization strategy, and charge people nothing. This is what Decentraland do. Decentraland charges people nothing for anything, right? Any money paid to Decentraland to mint a name or the transaction fees collected, it gets burnt, right? Decentraland as a company don't make anything, as far as I know. The mana generated gets burnt. They make their money from the SuperRare token. So they delegate, 20% of the overall supply to their treasury. And that's why they're so incentivized to build a great project. Because as that token goes up, that 20% treasury suddenly becomes worth hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars in the case of Axie Infinity or Matic. And suddenly, they don't sell that. What they do is they trade that for services. So suddenly they can hire more people and pay them in mana or Access token. They could trade that Access token over the counter for Bitcoin and Ethereum. And sorry, they do sell that. Maybe some of them sell it, who knows, on the market. But most of them, what they do is they do these OTC deals, and suddenly they've got $1 billion worth of assets as building that company, or $100 million or $10 million, and then they use that to trade for services to make the project even bigger and better. So it's really cool. So like SuperRare coming out with this also allows investors like me to invest in the growth of SuperRare. Now, I don't know if people are trading SuperRare. Let's kind of take a look. Let's take a look what is going on. SuperRare. Yeah, I don't know if people are trading this yet. SuperRare rare token. 589. Is this the one? Is this the SuperRare that we think? Yeah, it is. This is SuperRare.com. 91 million circulating supply. So 10% out of the 1 billion supply is out there. Is this the right one? Sometimes it could be the wrong one. Sometimes what people do is put up the wrong thing. So let's just read this a little bit. Exactly 20 seconds ago, 11:20 p.m. UTC on April 5th of 2018, the first artwork was minted on SuperRare. 1,229 days later, more than $90 million in NFT art has been sold by over 1,400 artists on SuperRare. Congratulations to the whole team. Welcome to SuperRare 2.0, SuperRare Spaces, independently curated storefronts. Ooh, you got storefronts. SuperRare DAO. to oversee spaces and the community treasury. Sovereign smart contracts for custom contract and artworks. Very, very cool. Sovereign smart contracts. All right. So it'll be interesting to see what this is. I'm not sure if SuperRare. It looks like SuperRare will stick to being an art platform, but if they're saying sovereign smart contracts for custom contracts, I wonder what sort of customization that will include. Maybe you can add metadata of your choosing to your art pieces, all governed by the rare curation token. So if you have rare token, then you can decide on certain things. Updated fee structure. I'm not going to get into that. It looks boring as hell. SuperRare spaces. Spaces are vetted galleries for curators, collectors, and community members to highlight and release work through SuperRare. Each space is overseen by a designated operator and chosen by a recurring rare vote referred to as the space race. Okay. So vetted galleries for curators, collectors, and community members. So what, can anyone make a gallery, or can certain people make a gallery? A space candidate submits a proposal. Community editor review the proposals. Government council submits edited and approved proposal for vote. I kind of spelled that wrong. Token holders vote, space approved, blah, blah, blah. So like a gallery that's approved by people. I'm not sure why people can't just make their own galleries, but anyway. SuperRare DAO, all commissions and fees are now routed to the SuperRare DAO, governed by rare tokens, overseen by a governance council. So there's a bunch of people that looks like, I don't know who chose these people, but they can governed by rare holders and overseen by a governance council. I wonder what that means. I wonder what power that gives them. Sovereign smart contracts. There we go. SuperRare is expanding to become a multi-contract platform, enabling artists to create custom, bespoke NFT minting contracts. In addition to super NFT tokens, independent artists will be able to mint their own artist or project branded tokens. So all the tokens that you own are super tokens. So if you check out your Etherscan, your NFT tokens that you own of SuperRare art are actually SUPR tokens. So it looks like you can have your own branded tokens. I'm not sure exactly, again, what that means. Rare drop. So everyone that has interacted with SuperRare, anyone that has interacted with SuperRare gets a rare token drop. How sick is that? I actually checked mine yesterday night because I was so excited, right? I pulled up mine and I was like, oh, sweet, I get a drop. And it said 0. It said you have 0 you can claim, and I was so sad. But then I checked my email, and then I got an email saying how much I could claim. So I haven't checked again. Hopefully that's fixed, because I have bought art on SuperRare and I've sold art, and it is interesting to see how much SuperRare token I get. I would love to see what I get. So artist badge holders, artist baseline. This is the rare drop. The people eligible for the drop. Artist marketplace count, artist marketplace volume, collector badge holders, collector marketplace count. What does that even mean? Collector marketplace volume. Oh, right. The amount of art you purchased, or the amount of money you've spent. It looks like they are incentivizing artists that are making a lot of money and collectors that are spending a lot of money. We hope rare recipients are incentivized to continue developing, governing, and adding to SuperRare. Participants have 90 days to claim, after which unclaimed tokens will be reverted to the community treasury. More details on the rare token distribution. Community treasury is 40%. So 40% of tokens have gone to a community treasury, which they will use. And this is why it's so valuable, right? So the rare token currently is sitting at 40 cents. 40 cents a token, 400 million tokens at 40%, it being 40 cents. Is that... Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that is, what's for $160 million? $160 million, but only 10% of that is available, because it looks like only 10% of that is circulating. The other 90% plus is locked. So 10% of 16 million is 160 million is 16 million. So it looks like they have about 15 million USD in that treasury at the moment. And this is why projects are so incentivized to grow their token price, because they've got $15 million in community treasury. Now imagine if that community treasury starts to be worth 30, 60, 100, 200, $500 million based on the token value. So the token value goes to $2, $3, $4. Suddenly, the project has so much money to spend on their community and incentivize people to do more, for SuperRare. So I hope this is the right token. I don't want people FOMOing into the wrong token. Hope someone is not. Yeah, I'm pretty sure CoinGecko vets these and puts them on. So let's quickly let me just double check that, guys. I don't want to be saying the wrong thing. Is there a contract address? Did they even put a contract address here? Yeah, let me know in the comments, guys, if that was the right one. I hope it is. I don't want to be sending you guys to a wrong page. Anyway, there's the Discord, and as exciting as the last 3 years have been, it's been little more than planting the seeds, and that is true. The future of SuperRare has yet to be written, and we take this journey and building this digital renaissance together. Very cool. And I think they're right in the sense that the art market, although very big, is so small right now to the scheme of things it's going to go. It might even absorb the dominant share of the traditional collector market in the real world, just because of the nature of collecting and doing these things and the money involved. I think there's more digital money than there is real money. It hit me the other day. I was like, wait a second, Maddie, is there more money that's accessible digitally, whether it be money in banks or crypto, than there is in the physical world? And I'm thinking there could be. And if that's the case, then there'll be more spending in the digital world than the real world, right? Right. So GT says it's the right one. I'm going to go with you, GT. Yeah, 40 cents is pretty good. So what's that? 40 cents at a circulating supply at 91 million. Are you telling me that the market cap is only 36 mil of SuperRare? I'd buy the shit out of that. I might buy a ton of that because if you look at Rareable, the Rari token, Rareable recently has popped off and is up quite a lot. Circulating supply of 4.6 million. Rareable is 103 million market cap, $103 million market cap, and Rareable is an open platform. SuperRare has investors like Mark Cuban, I think, and some other pretty big investors. I'm pretty sure they'll continue to do pretty well. But art platforms seem like to be the obvious investment play for the space. And often what happens is people, they don't know how to collect art and they want exposure to the investment side of the art industry in the NFT space. And the best way to do it is to just get a variety of cryptocurrency tokens from artists to platforms that cover the space. So for example, you got B20 that covers a certain set of art. So you got Beeple art is covered by B20. You got Rareable and SuperRare that covers the marketplace. You got individual artists like Hackatao and you got the Hue token as well. And then you've got from Connie Digital. Connie Digital has the Hue token. Then you got Hackatao token. You got all these other tokens that people have. So you can invest in certain artists, and then you can invest in a Whale token. Whale token has his vault that he's fractionalized of art. So there's like all these different art investment methods to expose yourself to the whole industry that you can now have, and you know, you can go ahead and purchase those tokens if you want to. If you don't understand art collecting, you don't understand art collecting, but you want to be involved in the art space somehow, and you want to be involved in the growth of the art industry, you can just buy tokens. Talking about cryptocurrency tokens, quick note on Axie Infinity that has continued to surprise me. At 71 USD a freaking token. This thing, guys, was 10 cents. This thing was 10 cents when it first launched. I think it was later last year or early this year. It launched on Binance. Holy shit, it's 71 USD, which is like what, 700x? It's crazy. Now, what I wanted to talk to you guys is not just about the price. Sitting at $4.1 billion market cap. That is insane. It's crazy. Look at that. I didn't want to just talk to you guys about the price. I wanted to talk to you about, again, the new way of monetizing things, right? So Axie Infinity make their money through fee generation of the marketplace. So 4.25% of the marketplace fees and the breeding fees. So the amount of people that breed, or Axies that breed, every time you breed, I think there's a fee to breed. I think you got to pay like 2 Axis token to breed. All that goes to a treasury, and that treasury gets locked up until it's available for the Axie Infinity team to distribute that. Or I think it goes to a community treasury or something, but effectively, immediately, is taken out of circulation. So basically, because it's taken out of circulation, if there's more buy pressure and there's less supply, price goes up. And you can see here that Axie Infinity has made more fees than Ethereum. That can't be right. Has Axie Infinity made more fees than Ethereum? What? What? Has generated more fees than Ethereum and Bitcoin? Jesus, kidding me, dude. So this was July 15th. This was July 15th. He posted this. I think it's a pinned tweet, and I think now it's even more. But this $36 million, which, you know, if I think Axie back then was about $30 when he posted this. So that looks like what, a million Axie tokens. So a million Axie tokens were burnt in 7 days. All right, approximately like that. I'm just totally estimating. A million Axie tokens were effectively burnt or taken out of supply at that time for 7 days. So you can imagine every 7 days, if 500,000 tokens to a million tokens are removed out of circulation, what is that going to do to price when the demand for Axie Infinity, due to the user base growth and the requirement to keep breeding, and from people, investors being like, holy crap, we need to add Axie Infinity to our treasury. What does that do to the token price? I'll tell you what it does. It does this. It does that. It keeps going up. So normally, when a project does really well in its cryptocurrency state, it jumps up, then it dies a little bit, then it dies a little bit, and maybe it'll jump up higher and touch it again and drop a little bit. But mostly, there's a stagnant period for a while. All right, they got the second big growth. At least here a stagnant period. Now they got the third big growth. At least here a stagnant period. If they don't drop from here, just because they keep putting that access token out of circulation based on the fees generated every single day, I don't know how high this can go. This can go crazy high. I've actually kept taking money out every time. It's gone from $20 to $45. I was like, all right, Matty, at least take away 10% of your access holding, or 10 to 20%. So I've taken it out. I've gone on my NFT splurge, or I've kept some money to diversify into other platforms. And now it's gone to $70, and I'm like, Matty, don't even touch this thing. This thing's a beast. Let it be. But it's interesting because it shows you how else you can invest. And people are like, how do we invest in the NFT space with $100? Well, okay, well, maybe you don't get involved in the NFT space because gas fees are high, or maybe go and check out some other work, like some other chains like Hen. I think it's Hen token, or what is it? Hive, or Binance Smart Chain, or something else that has very little fees, so you're not spending $40 on fees with your $100. Or maybe you can just buy some cryptocurrency. Maybe you can buy some cryptocurrency on a promising NFT project. That thing goes up 2 to 3 times, and suddenly you got $300 to play with, right? So there's many ways to do it. Leonardus came up with this, the definitive guide to early NFTs on Ethereum so far. Another picture, and what's going on is I'm noticing people jumping to find new projects that were sort of forgotten about. And a recent one is Coin Artist, who is a true OG, guys. Coin Artist, if you guys don't know who she is like the OG of OGs. 2012 Bitcoin. 2012 Bitcoin. She was making art. Check this out. Coin Artist. Coin Artist exhibition. Where is she? Coin Artist. Oh, Marguerite, maybe. Marguerite. She has done work in the space for like years. I wish I could pull up one of her videos. This is 2019, where she's talking on CoinDesk about her work. 2021, so I don't think that's very early. So it's 2018. Coin Artist, aka Marguerite, talking about at the Bitcoin Revolution exhibitions in the very early days, right before NFTs were a thing. You had a community of people that were going around in physical locations to meetups and stuff, and talking about art, creating art, and pushing the art movement. So a lot of what we have today is got to do with people like Coin Artist, people like Josie, people that were very, very early to exploring art and blockchain. Now, whether that had to do with creating NFTs, it was a different story, or whether that meant creating art about Bitcoin, etc., and doing that sort of stuff. And one of Coin Artist puzzle. I got to show you guys this thing. This thing, when I figured it out, or when I learned about it, sort of blew me away. I think it's this tweet. Is this tweet? This is 2015. Check this out, right? She made a puzzle in 2015. And in that puzzle, there was 4.87 Bitcoin locked in the image. So whoever figured out the puzzle immediately figured out the code or the passphrase and was able to unlock the Bitcoin wallet that had 4.87 Bitcoin at the time in 2015, which maybe Bitcoin was like a couple $100. So maybe this was like $1,000 or $2,000 experiment. And now, that puzzle is like, if you solve that puzzle, that's like 200K that you basically have right now if you've kept that Bitcoin. But it was such a cool experiment, and it sort of blew up a little bit. And that's how I not came to know her, but I kind of did a bit of research, and I was like, oh, that's really, really cool. I did an article on blah, 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 amazing work. And then eventually someone solved it. I'm not sure where it was solved. Don't really get it. What is there to solve? But anyway, so we had this art movement that was playing around with cryptocurrency and art and all sorts of things. So I just wanted to talk about like the early movement and what it meant. And that's why this early stuff, pre-2015, or 2015, all of these really early experiments were happening where we were evolving into this space that now is the NFT space, and it's very clear what the NFT space, and it's kind of like going on the internet now and going onto YouTube and going onto social apps, and now it's like now it's just normal to go on the internet and find exactly what you want within 5 seconds. But back then it wasn't. You have to go on Google, or Yahoo, etc., and figure out what you want, and maybe you didn't know what to search, 15 to 20 years ago. And that's sort of where we were, and maybe we still are at that phase where people are still building products. But anyway, if you go into the history of NFTs, it's very, very rich. Leonardus came up with this. Ethereum v1.1, Ethereum v1.2. So Ethereum is interesting because although the project founder created 1, 2, 3 versions, I think he deployed them at the start as kind of NFT tokens as a test, and then v1.2, and v1.2 is what he supports and builds on. But then that brings the question: does that make v1.1 valuable or not? Because it does predate 1.2. I think it looks like it does because it's on the open market. Or does it not make it valuable because the Ethereum developer or the team does not support development on it? So it's really interesting to see the dynamics of that play out. And then you got all these. I'm not going to go through them, but there's a massive resurgence of people trying to hunt and find projects. And the reason why I actually brought up Coin Artist was because previous to this, she had a project called Plasma Bears. Plasma Bears, check this out. Plasma Bears was this project where I think you could I think it was sort of cryptocurrency inspired, CryptoKitties inspired, where you could go back and put together different parts of different artist inspired bear parts, right? And so as soon as they got figured out, people have been running back and trying to grab them because it's like, everything in 2018 is starting to become quite historical to collect and own, because history is starting to matter, right? History is starting to matter. Now, an interesting thing about that is because some of the names participating in that, Xcopy was a contributor of that. He had some art of that he did there, and if you know Xcopy's art, it's worth a ton of money right now. Like if you have a single edition Xcopy piece, could be worth anywhere upward from 500K to 1.7 million. It's nuts how much Xcopy art is at the moment. So these early experiments when artists were playing around with things back then, they exist somewhere on the blockchain. So a Plasma Bear or the Plasma Bear part, if it is Xcopy owned or created, maybe it has value. And this is why there's a massive rush to find out what the history is. And this makes it pretty rich because communities form around those historical projects, and then they vouch for those historical projects. And no one new can come and say, oh, we were the first to do this and that without us correcting them, because corrections are needed A lot of people come in and be like, oh, yo, we're the first album, we're the first hip hop track. Like, no, you aren't, dude. There were people before you creating that. But really interesting because there's a ton of projects that are starting to become found and bought quite early. Keep going. So we had that. Alex just mentioned, so OpenSea has passed Etsy in volume with $1 billion so far in August. NFTs are rapidly catching up to all of eBay. NFTs are going nuts. So $1 billion worth of volume has been hit. Check this out. Boom. $1 billion, boom, in monthly volume has been hit on OpenSea. And eBay, etc. Let's see how much volume eBay makes. So eBay yearly volume, 85.5. Total gross merchandise volume, excluding vehicles, in $1 billion. All right, that is, all right, $85 billion is magnitudes larger than $1 billion, 85 times. So, shit, man, like, are we going to get to that stage? Are we going to get to the stage of eBay where it's like 80 times the activity on OpenSea than it is at the moment? Is that the growth potential that we have? Because if it is, I can't even imagine the sort of money that will be in like avatar projects. We got a crazy, 3 to 5 years ahead of us, guys. And I think as well, like, this is why it's important to not so much be worried about making money at the moment, but be worried about just learning the industry and keeping tabs on things, understanding what drives value, so that when these things accelerate, you can kind of be a part of that. If you're in it for investment reasons, or if not, if you're just in it for creating, there's that as well. Yeah. Well, oh wait, you're right. Divide by 12. Yep. You are right. Divide by 12. So the OpenSea volume that we were going through, where is it? This is the monthly volume. So monthly volume is $1 billion, just hit $1 billion, and we're at mid-month, right? We're at mid-month pretty much. We'll probably go on to hit a couple of $1 billion for OpenSea volume. And eBay yearly, if it's 85, we divide 85 by 12 and we get 7 times 12 is 84, I think. Yeah, so 7. We get 7 times 85, yeah, 7 billion. So $7 billion is eBay monthly volume. $7 billion and $2 billion means that we're actually pretty close. We're actually really close. That is quite interesting. We are 2.5x or maybe 3.5x away from hitting eBay volume. And if it hits that shit is going to hit mainstream news and people will start paying attention. That's when I think you're going to start to get like the eBay and Gumtree flippers to come into this space. And I can't imagine how much this space is going to grow. But even like at a 3 to 4 times more volume in the NFT space, it's just huge to think how it's going to get there. I would suggest to find a solid income so that you can participate in this. And this is why it's important to be cash rich or crypto rich or whatever it is. And when I say rich, I mean like even like $500 to $1,000 in savings so that you can experiment with this stuff. Because who knows, you might hit something that might go pretty crazy. Yeah, guys, so I didn't really want to talk about too much. There's a couple of cryptocurrency projects that came out. Boss Drops keeps getting talked about, so I can quickly bring that up. Boss Drops is a Boss Logic. Bossdrops.io, I believe. Bossdrops.io. These guys are so they're selling gauntlets at 0. Oh, what? 0.0 ETH7 ETH each. Did they change the pricing structure again? What is going on here? It was 0.27 ETH before. That can't be right. Is that right? What's going on there? Oh yeah, minting is available for early. Oh yep. My bad. Minting is available for early Discord members. I can actually mint that. Can I mint that now? Because I'm eligible for 1 mint of this, so I can actually go in and mint one of these. But 0.07 ETH for early Discord members. I think there was like 250 of them. But before this, they were at 0.27. 0.07 and 0.17 and 0.27. They had tiers at every level, and I think every 1,000 or every 2,000 mints, they would up the tier. And the problem with that is when you get to the 4th or 5th tier, then suddenly you got to spend like 0.7 ETH per 1,000 mint, which means that everyone who's going to spend $2,000 to $3,000 at the early stage of these. Maybe Boss Logic has that sort of power, but you know, it was in my opinion, it was a bit of a risk, because the reason why these projects do really well is because they're cheap at the start, and suddenly there's a very hot secondary market. Now, one thing about gauntlets that I find interesting is that it is not something you can put as your profile picture. Are you going to put a hand or a gauntlet as your profile picture? I'm not sure. And how important is the display of a community's profile pictures to the development of the project? So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. It's not profile picture representative worthy, you can say. Like, people can have it as their profile pictures in Twitter. I'm going to stop saying profile pictures. Let's just say PFPs. Yeah, let's see if having these as your PFPs, if people will, one, do that, and two, is if they do that, will that mean that you can check it out? So this is interesting, because you know, 23 hours, it looks like in 24 hours the drop will go live, and I think the first ones to mint will be 0.07 or 0.17, not sure. I think 0.07. There's only 2,000 of them, which I'm pretty sure will be an insane gas war. I'm pretty confident it's just going to be a crazy gas war to get them. All right, there is that. And that's it, guys. So we'll talk a little bit about you guys for a bit. Let's kind of put this back on my Twitter. Where's my Twitter? Follow me on Twitter, guys. My favorite thing to do is tweet like a maniac. All right. So what's been going on? Hope you guys are doing well. And yes, the show is live. I'm going to roll it back to the early questions that we had. We had... Anyone notice Boss Drops prices have changed? All a flat 0.269. Yeah. Yep. They've redone their strategy a couple of times. Hey, Maddie, thanks again for all your amazing content. Do you think people will go between different metaverse, or there will be one or two that the cool kids will want to hang in? That is such a good question, Elisa. I think what will happen is this space is just way too big. It's like the world and the people in it and the digital realm is just way too big, right? It's big because there's a lot of people in it, and so it's very difficult to just be like, all right, well, Decentraland or CryptoVoxels or whatever is going to be the dominant one, or even Facebook. It's just wrong to think that Facebook or whoever it is going to be like the winner gets everything, right? And I say that because you got Facebook, right? Facebook was a giant company. Or before Facebook, you actually had, was it High Five? No, MySpace. You had MySpace. Before MySpace, you had High Five. You got High Five, then you had MySpace, and then you got Facebook. After Facebook, then you had Instagram, you had WhatsApp, then you got TikTok, you had Vines, YouTube, all these other social platforms who have gone on to become giants. Twitter. There's always a way where people will find ways to go, and there's enough. Then you got WeChat in China. You got Signal. You got these different apps in their native countries, and even in like Uber, right? Uber was big, but then when I went to India, it was like no one was using Uber. Everyone was using Ola, and then people were using Ola there. And then there's different companies that do that. At the start, I think what happens is there becomes a massive company that suddenly does really well because it's a new concept and they hit the road running. They figured it out. They just smash it while other companies catch on and they build competing products. There's always smart minds that will compete. And so will there be more metaverse projects? I think there will be. And that's the reason why VR chat exists. There's a reason why Minecraft exists. There's a reason why Roblox exists. 3 of those. And there's many others. There's alt spaces. There's like, Facebook is coming out with their own metaverse project. They will all exist, I think, in their own small realms. I think what will be the true, I guess, open metaverse sort of thing going on is, and I think it's probably best to put Decentraland in the background here, so so the new people know what we're talking about. But the reason, I think what will happen is that people will go seamlessly from one place to the other, right? So I think it'll become a place where you can exist in one place, and then you can all just click a button from that place, and it'll, instead of it looking like you're exiting the space and opening it up in a different space, you'll kind of just teleport there. That'll be like, oh well, yeah, you are in CryptoVoxels, yeah, you are in Decentraland, but CryptoVoxels is just a different island near Decentraland, and Decentraland is just a different place in CryptoVoxels, etc. It'll just feel very immersive. I think that's where we're going to get to eventually. And so, yeah, I personally have an investment across everything, because I believe, they're going to grow and have their own audiences. I know there's people that are huge on Decentraland but don't go to CryptoVoxels or don't go to Sandbox or Somnium. There's people that are massive on Somnium but don't go to Decentraland. You got your evangelists on for each project. So that's my answer there. Audio Glyphs released last night. Very cool idea of on-chain Infinity music stream. You know what? There is one piece of news that came up. Audius, the streaming service, actually landed a partnership with TikTok. I'm not sure if I actually went through this last stream, actually, but just very quickly, TikTok and these traditional apps, they're going to want to plug into blockchain somehow, and so that's going to open up potential opportunities for partnerships. So this happened, and I think the price went to $1 billion. Audio market cap surged. Is it audio? Audio coin gecko, or is it Audius? Audius. All right, the token is audio. Went up a massive. So it actually went up quite a lot here on March, and then March it kind of dropped from $4 all the way down to 70 cents. And there you go. So put it there, and then it went up to $3 pretty much, or $1.60 to $3. So it pretty much doubled after that news. But geez, you could have got it pretty cheap somewhere around that. This reminds me of NFT projects, because they boom, and then there's a death period, or like this kind of accumulation period, or just nothing happening, and then suddenly it booms again. Might have to sell some of my NFTs to put up a playground for the kids. These lockdowns are tough. Oh man. TKL, lockdowns are draining, dude. Or girl. They've been tough for me to deal with, just in the mind, because it's just hard to be motivated. It's hard to be motivated for anyone to rock up every day and either create art or do something, because I truly miss hanging out with my friends and my family and just seeing everyone face to face and having a laugh. It's just so dull, right? Like I totally resonate with anyone that is having a kind of dull period with lockdowns in Melbourne. It's kind of like everything looks good, and then some cases go out, and then suddenly the government locks us all down and we're stuck at home. And I recently had a baby, about 5 to 6 weeks old now, and people want to come see it. Like, I would have loved for my family and my friends to come see the baby, because they've all got babies, and it's obviously a fun time for everyone. But it's hard. I can't do that. My grandparents can't, like my mom and dad can't see her. Anyway, I know, obviously people that are being affected around the world. So yeah, it is tough. Lockdowns are tough to deal with. But our industry, the NFT industry, has somehow done well. Maybe people are spending a lot of time on the internet and have some excess capital to spend when they're bored, and everyone's bored during lockdown. I'm not sure why, but the cryptocurrency industry, maybe because of inflation, but it's done really well. So we are blessed to be in a space that is still fruitful and profitable during COVID, and I hope no one was affected too bad in terms of income and all that. Maddie looked tired but happy. I am, Elisa. I'm always tired. I just, ever since I've had that baby, the last 5 weeks, I'm tired literally 24/7. 2 hours or 4 hours sleep is a big deal for me. So yeah, I'm like wrecked most of the time. Maddie's Sol price has shot up FFS. Yeah, it has. Solana has done crazy things. Number 10. Number 10. Man, this one of the most annoying things for me. If something pops on my radar and I don't invest in it, and it's annoying because I had the opportunity to, but sometimes I don't blame myself, because I literally have people telling me hundreds of things to invest into, and I just don't have the time to look into everything. Solana is another blockchain that people are releasing NFTs on and stuff on, and it is popping $65. 10th, number 10 on coin market cap. Is that right? It's an $18 billion market cap. Jesus. Wait, how do we go to here? Number 10 is Solana. Wow. It's overtaken Uniswap. It's overtaken Chainlink, Litecoin. Litecoin is slowly making its way out of the top 10. There's literally, as far as I know, there's no development happening on Litecoin. Litecoin exists because 6, 7, 8 years ago, someone decided there needs to be a faster Bitcoin, and then they made Litecoin, and then there's this, and then people are saying Litecoin is kind of like the silver to Bitcoin's gold, but that silver is being, that narrative is kind of starting to be taken over by Ethereum. Ethereum sitting at $28 billion market cap. Oh no, wait, $353 billion market cap, which is almost half a Bitcoin. That's a big deal. Ethereum can flip Bitcoin in market cap. If that happens, holy shit, Bitcoin, I'm not sure what the hell is going to happen to the price of Bitcoin. The price of Ethereum is obviously going to shoot up. And Ethereum has multiple platforms launching on it. So all this NFT craze, much of it, all the money being spent, Beeple's $69 million sale, Axie Infinity growing to 1 million players a day. A lot of that's going to do with Ethereum. A lot of that is Ethereum connected either directly or on a side chain. So yeah, I'm curious to see what happens. I'm interested to see what happens if this flips Bitcoin and what happens to Bitcoin, because this whole narrative of Bitcoin being king, if Ethereum becomes king, then yeah, I wonder where that leaves Bitcoin. There's a lot of VCs that would be confused as hell if Bitcoin gets flipped in market cap by Ethereum. But anyway, I just love experiments. I love experiments and new things. So I love when something new happens that shouldn't happen or should happen, and it just totally messes up the normal narrative of what people are thinking. Patrick says, thank you for putting time to give back. My pleasure. For your NFT bug, yeah, Lee, it is a strong bug. You cannot get rid of it. I'd love to do it just camera shy. Yeah, camera shy. You don't have to be on camera. You can just screen share yourself if you want to make YouTube content. Let me take more recent comments. Luxo is going to be the new deal in my opinion. Their token, the LYXC, will be used for their platform. The advisory board has people from Chanel, Nike, Insta, Burberry, and more. They focus on digital fashion and luxury goods. Luxo is under the radar right now, but there's testnet is going public this year or begin next year. Could you check out the Cardano NFT project Pioneers by Mycella Gallery on CNFT? Is that what they are? CNFT? I have not looked at Cardano before. CNFT. Cardano non-fungible token. So is this a marketplace for Cardano? Interesting. An NFT marketplace for Cardano. All right. So where are the projects? Marketplace. Cardano, as far as I know, guys, as far as my limited knowledge goes, is, where's the tokens? Oh, here you go. Your Cardano wallet. So it's got a bunch of different Cardano kids. Looks like garbage pail kids sort of rip off. Mint home. Why is it loading so slowly? Okay, so it looks like, I'm not sure if the marketplace is up at all, or where do I go here? But Cardano is a platform like Ethereum, where you can build projects on, and I think the founders of Cardano were ex-Ethereum developers. So it's kind of seen as this project that is going to be way better than Ethereum, but it's been in the making for 3 to 4 years, and I don't think there's much you can do here. How do you actually go to Cardano? Click on marketplace. Yeah, click on marketplace, and then what do? Search art. Oh, maybe I have to be in. Maybe I have to be logged into my Cardano wallet. Let me just search art. See what happens. There you go. There's some NFTs. So 90, 88, 3800 ADA. I wonder if there's a community around here. Definitely something to dive deep into. I would love to know if there's an OpenSea rankings page for Cardano, so we can see the projects coming out and the sort of items that they are, or the sort of volume that they do. The good thing about Ethereum is you can go there, you can check out the projects in ranking, and You can be like, oh, well, CryptoPunks is doing tens of millions of dollars in sales over the last 7 to 10 days. There must be something important about it. And then you can do your research in that. With this sort of stuff, I need to know the volume, right? So let's see if we can kind of see the recent sales or something. So you got asset name, minted, policy, quantity, etc. I think my internet's lagging for some reason. All right, we'll do a proper Cardano a deep dive. Check Cypher Squares 50 ETH prize, just like you have just described. Burberry just did a custom Blanco. They did actually. Burberry did a custom Blanco. Hey mate, Mecha Chaotic by Ethan S. Bruton, who has collaborated with the Vogue, does some insane detail work. Cardano doesn't have smart contracts yet. Okay, well, that explains everything. Click on Marketplace. Yeah, Pepe Pale Kids. Is that a thing? Thank you so much for everything. Love out to you and your family. Thank you, Diana. Appreciate you all. Amine says a Charles Hoskinson NFT. Wow. Isn't Charles the founder of Cardano? Any NFT projects that you see long term? Seth, I can answer that. Do you think there will be an art blocks type of project in the blockchain someday, since they will finally release smart contracts? Thanks for the daily 9 a.m. course, Matty. Slava says, yep. My pleasure. Unless I'm Arabic, I can actually read some Arabic. I can't read that. It's too small. See some emojis here. But any NFT projects that I see long-term projects, I think, guys. Okay, let me pull up OpenSea. I'm gonna answer a couple more questions, and that's it, guys. I'm gonna close this out in the next 3 to 4 minutes. But do I see a long-term projects? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, there's some long-term projects. But there's got to be something special about them, right? CryptoPunks, because of the history. If CryptoPunks wasn't historically significant and it launched today, please do a vote. Let's just leave it to a vote. I'm not even going to say it. But do you think it'll be relevant if CryptoPunks launched the same aesthetic today in the midst of, 100 different other 10,000 avatar projects? My answer is no. No, they wouldn't. The reason why CryptoPunks are what they are today is because for 3 years, people said that they were the first. And now they're quite strong, and people have gone on to represent themselves as a CryptoPunk or whatever, and they have really big investors. But before, like, no way. Absolutely not. No way. See, no. Yeah, exactly. There wouldn't be, right? So there was something special for CryptoPunks to last and grow in price value over these years. I think it's the aesthetic. Sorry, not the aesthetic. I think it's the historical significance, the date of the token minted. And that's why, the same with art blocks. Art blocks, if another platform comes today and says, hey guys, we're going to be the next generative art project, will they have the same prices for the early art on that platform that is on art blocks? Maybe if those artists are desired as much. But art blocks kind of blew up now because people are realizing that the generative art movement are doing well. Or maybe it's doing well because people have a taste for generative art, obviously. But I think if you look at the early art blocks, or the very first ones, the Squiggles was the first project on the art blocks platform. Now, the history always matters. So history, in my opinion, will always matter moving forward. So that's why, so even with Nifty Gateway, guys, so Nifty Gateway, right? Nifty Gateway is a marketplace, all right? And they are definitely not the first marketplace. Absolutely not the first marketplace. I've never made that claim. But on their marketplace, which has gone on to do quite a lot of volume, if you roll it all the way back, all right, my internet sucks right now. If you scroll this all the way down and you go to the very, very first or second or third pieces of art, then you got Chris Cyborg Collectibles. I think I'm not sure if this is the first or it's these three, but there is some here. And this was an experiment that they had Chris Cyborg come in, the MMA fighter, back when she was really popular, and she came in and she did this drop. Now, Chris Cyborg, I'm not sure if people buying these are fans of Cyborg, or if, like, she obviously didn't even make this art. This looks like literally her put through some sort of a polygonal option on Photoshop. But this thing, if you check it, is still getting sales. So August 2nd, August 5th, sold for 950, 600. I actually bought some. I bought some thinking, diving deep into history, I was like, you know what, history is going to start mattering, Maddie. You need to start grabbing like these early pieces of different platforms. So I actually got some for like, I don't know, $300 to $400 each or something. I'm pretty sure I bought some. I hope I did. Where's my Chris Cyborg? March. Where did I do it? Oh well, it's not here for some reason. But you can see here that sales, selling for $1,000. All right, well, they were selling for $1,000. But somewhere in the very early days, they went for $200 or how much did they go for? $10, right? So they went for $10 initially, and now, right, they're still going, all right? They're still selling. The fact that they're still selling at all gives this sort of narrative hope, right? The $963 is the most recent one. And yeah, if Nifty Gateway 3 years from now, and you got to remember, like some of these platforms are quite young. 3 years from now, 4 years from now, Nifty Gateway will be like very OG, and people will be like, well, what was the first ever to be released on Nifty Gateway? And people might find value in, as a collector, one of the very first Nifty Gateway art pieces. So yeah, I think art blocks, the early art on art blocks matters. CryptoPunks matters because of that. Bored Ape Yacht Club matters because of the community, and people are saying it was pumped or whatever, but who knows about that. But the community around that kind of resonated with the artwork and built a community around it. Damien Hirst is an artist, so art is interesting in that space. So I think things that plug you into a project, an artist, or a narrative, long term is where the value is. So whether a community forms under around the project, or whether the community forms, whether it be a collective community around the narrative, and the project could be, a game, it could be an art, a collectible project, whatever it is. As long as the community are focused on continuing to develop fun things for them to do, or fun value propositions that compound over years, then you got a winner. If you have a project that will just launch because you think it looks good, so for example, the pickle thing, right? The pickle thing launched, and everyone's like, oh, pickles, Mimi, all right, that might be a thing. Yes, it was a thing. It was a fad. Is it a thing now? I don't think so. Where the hell are pickles? Where's my pickles? Let's see where pickles are right now. Are pickles here at all? Man, I remember the days when no pickles. I really want to know what happened to pickles. But yeah, it's not even, it's not here. I don't even know who's even buying them, but oh, there it is. MFP, my freaking pickle. So people are still buying them. But they have kind of sort of dropped off. Will they be historically important? I'm not sure. Is the mint date important? Maybe 2021 will be important because there's only 100 projects that will launch, or maybe 1,000 projects that will launch this year, and next year there'll be 50,000 projects. So maybe some of these will become important. All right, my internet sucks, so I'm not even gonna try. But yeah, I think long-term projects are a lot about history. I think a big part of it is about history. A big part of it is about the community giving value to those projects. Did I check out Aavegotchi? No, I haven't. Although I am in discussions with Aavegotchi about Medikey. So there's a bit of alpha for you. I should bought a few. I sold mine for $5. Think there's any hope for the Mutigan NFTs? I don't know what that is, my friend. Give you all some credit. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see who won really quickly. Congratulations, Gummy Rat. That's a funny name. Congrats to you, my friend. You have won a Rickstro Bull. So get in touch with Michael, or Michael will get in touch with you, and we'll give you a Rickstro Bull. Hope you get the rarest of the rarest one, my friend. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will talk again. There's so much we can talk about. From Solana to Cardano to Luxor to a bunch of different cryptocurrencies we can go through. I can probably do a 3 streams a day and still have content to talk about. But thanks for joining in, guys. This is an honor for me to do. We'll be back tomorrow, same time as we do it every single time. Well, actually, tomorrow is actually the boss drop at that exact time, 7 p.m. EST. So I'm not sure if I'll I might be going live maybe 15 minutes later because I'll be participating in the Boss Logic drop. You know, I can't miss the Boss Logic drop for the stream. I love the stream, but I might have to delay it a little bit. So excuse me there. But we'll be back tomorrow. So take care, and I'll see you awesome people tomorrow.